It's April 25th and it's raining outside. Not a very happy day, but there's also hope. And today, and I thought I'll read a few of the first pages of the Malcolm X autobiography. So this is the front cover, and I remember reading a bit of it. I don't remember like the good parts. Like I know he's an activist, but I don't remember a lot of the important details of how he became a leader. So let me reread a few pages for you guys. Alright, so the first chapter is Nightmare. Alright, chapter 1, Nightmare. When my mother was pregnant with me, she told me later, a party of hooded Ku Klux Klan riders galloped up to our home in Omaha, Nebraska one night. Surrounding the house, brandishing their shotguns and rifles, they shouted for my father to come out. My mother went to the front door and opened it. Standing where they could see her pregnant condition, she told them that she was alone with her 3 small children and that my father was away preaching in Milwaukee. The classmen shouted threats and warnings at her that we had better get out of town because the good Christian white people were not good to stand for my father's spreading trouble. Among the good Negroes of Omaha with the Back to Africa preachings of Marcus Garvey. My father, the Reverend Earl Little, was a Baptist minister, a dedicated organizer for Marcus Garvey's UNIA, which stands for Universal Negro Improvement Association. With the help of such disciples as my father, Garvey, from his headquarters in New York City, Harlem, was raising the banner of black race purity and exhorting the Negro masses to return to their ancestral African homeland, a cause which had made Garvey the most controversial black man on earth. Still shouting threats, the Klansmen finally spurred through horses and galloped around the house, shattering every window pane with their gun butts. Then they rode off into the night, their torches flaring as suddenly as they had come. My father was enraged when he returned. He decided to wait until I was born, which would be soon, and then the family would move. I'm not sure why we made this decision, for he was not a frightened Negro, as most then were, and many still are today. My father was a big 6'4" very black man. He had only one eye. How he had lost the other one, I have never known. He was from Reynolds, Georgia, where he had left school after the 3rd or maybe 4th grade. He believed, as did Marcus Garvey, that freedom, independence, and self-respect could never be achieved by the Negro in America, and that therefore the Negro shall leave America to the white man and return to his African land of origin. Among the reasons my father had decided to risk and dedicate his life to help disseminate this philosophy among his people was that he had never seen 4 of his 6 brothers die. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not that he had not seen. It's that he had seen 4 of his 6 brothers die by violence, 3 of them killed by white men, including 1 by lynching. What my father could not know then was that of the remaining 3, including himself, only 1, my Uncle Jim, would die in bed of natural cause. Northern white police were later to shoot my Uncle Oscar, and my father was finally himself to die by the white man's hand. It had always been my belief that I, too, will die by violence. I have done all that I can to be prepared. I was my father's 7th child. He had 3 children by a previous marriage, Ella, Earl, and Mary, who lived in Boston. He had met and married my mother in Philadelphia, where their first child, my oldest full brother, Wilfred, was born. They moved from Philadelphia to Omaha, where Hilda and then Filbert were born. I was next in line. My mother was 28 when I was born on May 19, 1925 in Omaha Hospital. Then we moved to Milwaukee, where Reginald was born. From infancy, he had some kind of hernia condition, which was to handicap his physically for the rest of his life. Louise Little, my mother was born in Grenada in the British West Indies, looked like a white woman. Her father was white. She had straight black hair, and her accent did not sound like a Negro's. Of these white fathers of hers, I know nothing except her shame about it. I remember hearing her say she was glad that she had never seen him. I was, of course, because of him, that I got my reddish-brown, mariny color of skin, and my hair of the same color. I was the lightest child in my family. Out in the world later on in Boston and New York, I was among the millions of Negroes who were insane enough to feel that it was some kind of status symbol to be light complexioned, that one was actually fortunate to be born thus. But still later, I learned to hate every drop of that white rapist blood that is in me. I think I'm gonna stop right there. I think that's very kind of like an identity for him to start with mom and dad, right? I think it's also insane how like the title itself says, like a nightmare, because like there is a group of people who feel so entitled to go into his family and threaten, right? So I think that's it for now. I think like that last line, later on I learned to hate every drop of that white rapist blood that's in me. Like that's like saying like there's sufferment in knowing that you are part of something that was never really true love, right? So yeah, I'm gonna upload it, and if you guys like it, I can continue reading this. All right, bye.